Hi, so this is a video on why you shouldn't bill by the hour, especially if you're an agency, but I don't think anyone should bill by the hour. I can't think of any service that benefits from billing by time. Value shouldn't be tied to time. Value shouldn't be measured by time. Hourly billing incentivizes inefficiency. You know, why would you want something to take longer? Why would you care how long it took? CRO is the easiest example. So a CRO expert may take 1 hour auditing a web page that sells 100 grand's worth of services a year. If that CRO expert, audits the page, it goes through it, it says, let's redo the headline, let's redo the guarantee, let's change these order buttons, make them a bit bigger, let's change the structure of this bit, let's add some testimonials here. It takes an hour to do it. Let's say they double the conversion rate, so that web page now makes 200 grand a year, forever. But let's limit the value to a year. So that CRO expert has made this company 100 grand. And if they were billing by the hour, and let's say the hourly rate was 500 quid, which is, generous. The client has paid 500 quid for 100 grand's worth of value. That's unfair to me. That doesn't make sense. That CR expert should be charging, and they do. CR experts know this. They don't bill by the hour. They're charging 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, because they know that the value isn't in how long it took. The value is in the leverage of all the knowledge they've learned, of the skill set they've got. So, the reasons why agencies do this is because they're in this time tracking trap. So they're logging their team's hours against each client, and then they're charging their client just double what they're paying the staff. So it's kind of like they're trapped into this time tracking mentality, and everything's about time. I was speaking to an agency not long ago, and they were doing like digital PR, and they got a client like 20-30 links, and they were brilliant links. It got them great results. And I was looking at these campaigns, and they were doing this over and over again. But I was asking, how much do you charge your clients for this? And they were only charging like 2 days worth of work, which was really tiny, about 400 quid, 500 quid. And I was thinking, this is incredible. Like, they should be charging at least 5 grand for this, because the value is just way higher, So to me, it makes a lot more sense to bill by value because of this as well. Your employees are going to run out of time at some point. You're going to have to hire more staff. So then that's why you get bloated agencies with lots of staff. When you bill by value, you can actually outsource deliverables. So the only team you've got is a lean team of operators or strategists, sales. So they're not doing work. They're outsourcing it to vendors or suppliers who have leverage. They have leverage of assets, resources. They have economies of scale, so they can do it cheaper, better, faster than anyone sitting at a desk in your office or in your team, in your core team. And another thing, like, clients don't care how long something takes. So when you have a meeting with a client and you're talking about, we're going to double your traffic, the client doesn't say, how many hours per month are you going to spend on this? Like, why would they care? The client wants return on investment. They don't care how long it takes. So you need to price your services based on the ROI they're going to make, and that is not easy, I'll admit, because you need to remove time, which is the easiest way to measure something, and move it into some kind of ROI based methodology, and you'd have to figure out how much value you're providing. How should you price these things? Well, I think if the client can make 3, 5, 10x on what they're spending, you can price up to that amount. If someone makes 100 grand off of your CRO service, you can charge your 10 grand. That's you won't blink at that. You know, they're making 100 grand. You've charged 10 grand. That's amazing. The trouble is, you don't know how much ROI they're going to make until the end. That's understandable. You have to be sensible with this pricing, but you certainly shouldn't be charging by the hour. Now, you know, we know this. It becomes really clear when we buy products. You know, so when we buy an iPhone, we don't think about, well, how long did someone spend making this? Or Apple don't go, well, let's price this 4 days labour plus materials. You know, they price it by the value of the phone. You know, $1,000, like that's the value of it. It would have took, if you price it by the hour and materials, it's going to be way less than that. You know, so this is where productization comes into it. Productizing your services, whatever they may be, thinking about them as a product, it becomes really easy then to remove this time element, remove this like back and forth time logging, you know, unshackling your team from like having to spend X amount of time on a client. Like, if they could do the same job in half the time, why wouldn't we incentivize that instead? You know, billing by the hour, really, I can't really figure it out. I don't know why people do it. I suppose there's a time and place when I was trying to think of the only time I would bill by the hour, and that might be on a consulting call or something, you know, where you bill for an hour consulting. But even that, I think you could just bill, right, it's going to cost $500 or $1,000, and I'm going to speak with you. And if it takes 10 minutes to solve your problem, or or 2 hours, let's figure that out. That would be the only tough one that I'd think, okay, consulting, maybe by the hour. But yeah, I think move away from this hourly billing mindset. The clients don't care. They want to see ROI. You can move to value-based pricing. You can start using outsourced providers for your work, so you're not tied to this time tracking mentality. Yeah, and that's it. Like and subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.